Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am continuing Battlestar Galactica. This is Season 1, Episode 8, titled Kød og Knogler? No, sorry, I have the Danish title in front of me. It's Flesh and Bone. Does that have anything to do with the whole fleshiness, boniness, or the organic nature of the Cylons? Or, yeah. I don't know, but I can't wait to get back into it. I'm still just only watching one episode per week at the moment, and I wish I could watch more because I am in love with this series, but that's all I can do at the moment with the busy schedule that we have. But yeah, as I said, I just want to get back into it. So all I'm going to say is just please do me a solid and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you want to support the channel, then you can go to Patreon and you can become a patron of ours. You can watch the uncuts, sync it up to your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for some of the shows that we are watching, including Battlestar Galactica, where I am several episodes ahead, both with the edited down versions that you see here on YouTube, but also the uncuts. Probably further ahead with the uncuts because they're just faster and it's easier to make them and yada yada yada. Too much talking. But if you can't support us on Patreon, then just give the video a like, throw in a comment, because that also really helps out, and it's free and it doesn't take that long to do so. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Now, Battlestar Galactica Season 1, Episode 8. Here we go. What? Why him? I'm guessing this is a dream of hers. Whoa!
Laura.
More like a nightmare.
What do you need?
You have an urgent call from the captain of the Gemini Traveler.
Can I call him back?
He says they found a Cylon on board.
What?
The captain identified him by one of the photos we sent out. He's
Damn.
another copy of the man you knew as Leoben Conroy.
I'll send a team over to destroy it immediately.
I want this man interrogated first.
First of all, it's not a him, it's an it.
Not a man.
Fill your head with double talk and half-baked philosophy and confuse you.
And send someone who won't be easily confused. That's an order, Commander.
Okay. Well, yeah, I get that. She's seeing him in her dreams. So maybe she has some questions about that. However that works.
The only problem with Leoben isn't that he lies. That'd be too easy. It's that he mixes lies with truth. Just remember, he's gonna try to get into your head.
Mom always said there was nothing in there anyway.
Just be careful.
How many more of those Cylon models that we've seen before are gonna be hiding out in the fleet?
You do treat this thing more like an animal than a machine, and it works. How'd you come up with that anyway? Just pop into your head?
Good question.
I'm a Cylon.
You know, that's not even funny.
If I could prove that I wasn't, would that make a difference?
But you are.
How many Cylons are there in the fleet?
We haven't been properly introduced.
How long have you been hiding aboard this ship?
Am I not allowed to know your name?
Why were you hiding aboard this ship?
I had a mission to perform. Listen, it's a small thing. Can you just tell me who you are?
No. What's your mission?
My mission was to conduct sabotage.
What kind of sabotage?
God, you stink. Can you get some air in here? Between you and the humidity.
Wow.
Open.
Are you Lieutenant Starbuck?
Charming fella. Oh, shit.
It all makes sense now.
What?
Now we can talk. Now we can talk about a lot of things. I planted a nuclear warhead aboard one of your ships.
Shit.
I'm looking forward to spending a little more time with you, Starbuck. We have a lot to talk about.
It's gonna be fun.
Wow. I can never remember his name, but I really like the actor who's playing Leoben.
See, our faces are similar, but I look to one god, not the many.
I don't give a damn what you believe.
To know the face of God is to know madness. I see the patterns. I see the foreshadowing that precedes every moment. I have something to tell you about the future.
Is that so?
Cryptic?
Part of me swims in the stream, but in truth, I'm standing on the shore. The current never takes me downstream.
Oh, was that swimming in streams or something?
Do you mind?
Kind of bad programming, isn't it? I mean, why bother with hunger?
Part of being human.
You're not human.
Whoa.
The only way you can avoid the pain you're about to receive is by telling me exactly what I want to know. Just like a human would. Then you'll know deep down that I beat you. That a human being beat you. And that you are truly no greater than we are. You're just a bunch of machines after all.
She's really provoking him.
Do you think I could be in the first batch? You know, to be tested? What's a rush?
What's your rush?
You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me. You owe me. She shoots.
She's not wrong.
Is not quite ready for full-scale implementation.
But
I could use a beta test subject.
what's gonna happen when he finds out that she is a Cylon?
We had sex.
Congrats.
We had sex.
I think so.
Has he said it?
Not directly.
Shouldn't be too hard to convince him to stay and start a life together. If not, kill him.
What? That's the mission? Why? What do they hope to gain from that?
If he flees, he dies.
But yeah,
Does he love you?
he loves her and she loves him.
Gotta travel fast, even faster than before.
Why? What's different?
Everything. Just trust me.
I do.
No questions.
I am more than you could ever imagine. I am God.
Okay.
God loved you more than all other living creatures, and you repaid his divine love with sin, with hate, corruption, evil. So then he decided to create the Cylons.
You slaughtered my entire civilization. That is sin. That is evil, and you are evil.
Hard to argue with that logic.
You got a real thing about rivers and streams, don't you? I think we should indulge you in your obsession.
Indulge him how?
Do you realize I could kill you before they came back in the room?
Then why don't you?
It's not the time.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Now is, though. Fuck. Oh.
Now the gloves come off.
Now the gloves come off. You thought that she was brutal before. Wait and see. Huh. Still have the body.
How much time remaining?
2 hours, 9 minutes.
And time is running out. This is going great. Ah. Indulge him in that way. Can't throw him in a river, so there's a bucket.
What if you don't transfer all the way back? What if when you die here, you really die? It's your chance to find out if you're really God. Or just a bunch of circuits with a bad haircut.
You're born to a woman who believed that suffering was good for the soul, so you suffered. Accidents, some inflicted upon others, others inflicted upon yourself. It surrounds you like a bubble, but it's not real. That's just something she put in your head.
Start again.
So he's basically just saying, well, which one of us is programmed? But he definitely hit a nerve, and he knows. Should I be feeling bad for any of the Cylons at this point in the story, or because I don't really, but I'm sure I will at some point.
Just uncovered your very first Cylon.
Okay, boom.
Now here's an interesting moment in the life of Gaius Baltar.
What the frack is he going to do?
She probably doesn't know. Probably thinks she's just another little girl from Troy whose entire background vanished in a mysterious accident. Should be interesting to see how she responds when you tell her the truth.
So that accident, is that when the real Sharon died?
Congratulations, it's green.
For a second, I was worried what you were gonna say.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing to be worried about anymore. You couldn't be more human if you tried.
Well, thanks.
Okay, so you let her out of there and then do what? Is he just gonna keep it to himself?
I have something to tell you.
The fuck? Why does she keep seeing him? How?
I want you to get me a shuttle. I'm going to the Gemini Traveler. I want to see the Cylon myself.
Oh.
Madam President, you need to reconsider.
Don't even start.
She wants answers. I get that. I want answers. So very understandable.
All this has happened before, and all of it will happen again.
Huh?
Don't quote scripture.
The players change, the story remains the same. And this time, your role is to deliver my soul unto God.
You're saying her destiny is just to kill him?
You're gonna find Kobol, birthplace of us all. Kobol will lead you to Earth. This is my gift to you, Kara.
The hell is going on here?
What do you think?
You spent the last 8 hours torturing this man, this machine, whatever it is, and you don't have a single piece of information to show for it.
We're gonna find Kobol and then Earth.
Do you know who I am?
Yes.
I apologize for what you've been through. Take his restraints off.
Thank you.
I can do more. I can guarantee your safety. I can order your release.
You what?
I've come here to tell you that this conflict between our peoples does not have to continue.
Okay.
The warhead doesn't exist. I didn't want to die, so when I got caught, I made up a story to buy some time.
I see.
All right. Now what?
No! Stand up.
Lara, I have something to tell you. Adama is a Cylon.
Wait, what? No. No.
Put him out the airlock.
What? You can't do that. Not after he told you
Yes,
the truth.
I can.
Wow, okay, so much for...
He's a machine, and you don't keep a deadly machine around. When it kills your people and threatens your future, you get rid of it.
Whoa. Oh, and that's when we see what... Huh. Wow. It's a crazy episode. Oh.
Lords of Kobol, hear my prayer.
Those are the
I don't know if
gods that he said that she was praying to.
Hell of a risk you took today.
Something I had to do.
Care to tell me why?
President Adar once said that the interesting thing about being a president is that you don't have to explain yourself to anyone.
Something wrong?
She's not gonna say anything to him.
No. Nothing at all.
But it's gonna be there in the back of her mind going forward. Whew. Well, I can only describe that as another crazy roller coaster of an episode. There was a lot of stuff happening here, a lot of information when it comes to like the whole like humans and Cylons and yeah, they really got into what Leoben was talking about, was very much centered around belief and God or gods. Do you have a soul? Will your soul make it to God when you die? Yeah, so it does get quite religious, this series, and a lot of people, a lot of you guys have been telling me that in the comments as well, because it was an idea or something that I was kind of just rejecting to begin with, because it's not typically something that you see that much of in sci-fi, and especially sci-fi involving AI. Like the AI typically, like, they're not religious at all, because hey, they're machines. And that's also why someone like Kara or like any other human, they would also be like, nah, that can't be true. Like, you're talking about God and you believe in a God, like you're a toaster, as they all say. So that can't be true. Like, we created you. You're a machine. You're not a creation of God or gods, like, if you believe in that. So I totally get rejecting that, and as I said, that's something that I like, because I'm very much an atheist. It is something that inside of me, that when stuff like that comes up, I am quick to reject the idea of it, because again, I simply don't believe in it. But when it comes to this story, like, I am definitely open to the story that they are telling us, and belief and faith is a very big part of human nature, our history, and also that's the case in this series again as well, with the humans from Kobol, and then the Cylons, who are also religious, just believe in they have a different faith than the humans, and that, you know, clash of faiths is such a big part again of our history. So incorporating that into this story, like, it does make a lot of sense, and I'm not dismissing it in that way. It just comes to my, like, when it comes to myself, what I believe in. So what I wanted to say with that is just don't worry. I'm not gonna completely brush it off and not enjoy that part of the series. Like, it depends on how it's told, and that is also something, like, when people started telling me in the comments that religion was going to be a big part of the series, my only answer to it was that I just hope it doesn't become preachy. Like, that's the only thing that would kind of turn me off, if that the series really wants to hammer the point home that if you don't believe in a god, or like, you should believe in God or gods, you should, that's the only way forward. Or if I don't know how else to explain preachy, but I'm pretty sure you guys know what I mean. Like, if the series turns out to be like that, but I don't think that it is. Like, I think it's going to handle it in a very realistic way, if you get my meaning. So I'm not worried about that necessarily. But anywho, yeah, such an interesting conversation between Leoben and Kara, between him and Starbuck. And the fact that he could easily turn off his pain, it seemed like, because I guess, deep down, like, he is a machine, although also sort of more than that. But he chose not to turn off his pain, and like, he wants to be treated as a human. Again, he's not afraid to die per se, but he is afraid that when he dies, his soul isn't gonna make it to God, aka like, he's not gonna go to heaven. And I guess, if you're religious, you can tell me in the comments, like, but I'm pretty sure that is, if you do believe in God, then that is something that well, is a big part of it, is that you believe that when you die, you either go to heaven, you go to God, or you don't, or you maybe even you go to hell, and you're punished for something that you did in your life. So that's also the case here, and he said some other really interesting things as well, with, like, I see the streams and whatnot, and like streams of time in a way, because like everything that has happened before will happen again. Or like, I'm just paraphrasing, and like we've done this many times before. Like, the roles might have been reversed, and they might be reversed through time, but like, it's just, it's clear that he also believes in a cyclical, is that what it called, like a cycle, like a cyclical nature, where events and stories will repeat themselves. And I have a feeling that that in particular is going to become quite important to the story. He also said, like, in regards to the god that he and the Cylons then believe in, that humans abandoned that god, and that's why they're being punished. But if they originated on Kobol, then wouldn't the Lords of Kobol, was that the original faith here? And speaking of Kobol, he even said to Kara that you're going to find Kobol, like that's and then you're going to find Earth after that. And me giving you that information, that's my gift to you. And also that because humans abandoned God, then God created the Cylons instead. But from Kara said as well, from what we know, like the humans created the Cylons. They created that AI, and it certainly bit them in the ass, and they have been almost exterminating all of all human life. They have all of human civilization. They've been exterminating that. That's how this series started, with the attack on the 12 colonies. Again, my head is freaking spinning with all of this information, and I haven't even gotten to the big fuck off secret that he gave away to Roslin in the end. Although, is that true? Because then what she said, and also what Adama started out saying when he sent Starbuck in there to interrogate Leoben, was that he sows these seeds of doubt and lies and deception, but he mixes in the truth, and that's what makes him really, really dangerous. And I am also just sitting here like, when Adama said that, I guess he was also speaking to the audience, because as a viewer, I am sitting here being like, what was lies and what was truth? Like, what's true? But I really don't want to believe that Adama is a Cylon. But he also just said Adama. He didn't say William Adama. It could also be Lee Adama. He meant that was a Cylon. So shit. And Laura also, what she did in this episode, that definitely took me for a ride as well, because at first, we see her having these very vivid dreams, and Leoben is in them, and we didn't really get an explanation as to why she was seeing him before meeting him, but I definitely get why she wanted answers, and she was very kind to him to begin with. And I was sort of expecting that, because she has, shown us throughout the series so far that she is she can be a very kind person, and she's not, or she hasn't seemed brutal in any way in her dealings, and she's, for lack of a better word, soft, but I don't mean that in a negative way. But here, after behaving in the way that I sort of expected her to behave, and I was sort of afraid that she was just gonna be like, let's just believe this guy, let's treat him like a human, and if he doesn't do anything wrong, then release him. But then as soon as he hugged her and he told her about Adama being a Cylon, that's when she completely turned it around and was just like, all right, throw him out the freaking airlock. He's a machine. He is not here to cause us any physical harm in the way where he would just hide a bomb, like a nuclear warhead, anywhere. He's here to sow dissent amongst us and fill our heads with doubts and lies. And that's how they're going to get at us. Like, that is his mission, and I do believe that was his mission, and she kind of figured it out there. And in that way, yeah, it's good. Just fucking throw him out the airlock. But I'm also like, and I said it during the reaction, like, should I feel bad for the Cylons? Like, how much of, like, where is this story going to go in terms of how I'm gonna be viewing, like, how I'm gonna see the Cylons towards the end of it versus how I see them now, or how I saw them at the beginning, where I was very much like Kara in that interrogation, and then Laura at the end, like, they're just machines and they just want to hurt us, both physically but also definitely like mentally, as he was doing now, getting inside our heads. But how much of it was really true, and what is the Cylons' true end goal? Like, what do they want with humanity, and what is it that they see other than, yeah, they believe in a god, but what do they believe like is gonna happen? That's the really, really interesting part, and that's also like what it means to be a Cylon and what they're capable of. Was also a part of, again, like the B story with Sharon and Hilo down on Caprica, where it certainly seems like she is starting to have very real feelings for him, and he certainly loves her, even though number 6 doubts it, the number 6 who's on Caprica. So that's hella interesting what's gonna happen there. And then Boomer on the Galactica, she went to Gaius, and he actually performed the test, or a beta test, on her, and saw that she is indeed a fracking Cylon. But he didn't reveal it to her because, again, number 6 in his head being like, can you tell her what's going to happen if you tell her? Is you don't know if she's just going to straight up like kill you. And if there's one thing we know about Gaius, is that his self-preservation levels are very high. So what is he going to do here? Because he just let her go. Is he going to then contact Adama and tell him that, hey, Boomer is a Cylon. I have the proof. I conducted the first test. It was on her, and it was ding ding, red Cylon. Or is he just gonna keep it to himself? So many questions, so much going on. Another amazing episode. Cannot wait to continue. As I also said up top, I wish I could watch more than one episode per week, but that's just the way it is for now. So I'll just have to wait. At least I don't have to wait like months or years between seasons. It's just one episode at a time, and then like I have to wait a week for the next one. I'm sure I can. I've mentioned this before also, but I'm sure I can speed it up a little bit more once the schedule isn't as packed as it is right now. But that was a lot of talking from me as well. It's my thoughts are all over the place. I am, as per Frank and usual, exhausted after one episode. So in that way, it is also. I'm saying also a lot. I'm just saying a lot. I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry. It's this series. What is it doing to me? I think that's just gonna do it then. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back in a week's time with the most Battlestar Galactica fragate. So say we all. Bye. Jesus.